Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, JaackMaate. Now, before I get into the real meat of today's video, or veal if you're a vegan. Wait, veal is meat, isn't it? No, veal's like reindeer. No, doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Oh, already killing time. We'll get to that 10-minute mark. Lovely. I just want to let you guys know that, thankfully, this video is sponsored. This video has kindly been sponsored by the lovely guys over at Skillshare. Now, if you didn't already know, Skillshare is an online learning hub in which you can log on, like that, with your fingers, with your grubby little fingers. They might not be grubby, they might be lovely. I don't know what kind of fingers you have. You can log on to Skillshare with any type of fingers and take classes in many different genres to learn new skills, essentially. Maybe you're a YouTuber and you really want to up your thumbnail game. Oh wow, you can do that by logging onto Skillshare and taking a class in graphic design or Photoshop or something like that. And just like that, you could be as good as Morgs at thumbnails or something. If you want to check out Skillshare, it's easy. All you've got to do is click the top link down below. The first 500 people that do it will get, I don't know, a month's free subscription. I'll tell you what, 2 months. 2 months, go now. Thank you. Okay, now into the I don't know why I keep doing that. Now when I was younger, I remember I ran downstairs with bright eyes full of hope and aspirations, and I said to my dad, Papa, one day, I didn't say Papa, I wasn't Pinocchio. Papa, am I a real boy? One day I ran downstairs, I looked at my dad and said, Dad, I'm going to work so hard, I'm going to achieve my dreams, so much so that one day you're going to be able to Google me and see hundreds, if not thousands of results. And I'll never forget it, my dad looked me back straight in the eye and he said, oh son, that's lovely, it's great to have hopes and dreams, but just remember, that's not a true measure of success, how many Google results you get. For example, take your Uncle Gary, he gets lots of results when you put his name in, and that's not because of hard work, that's because of his colourful internet history and his suspended sentence. My eyes weren't filled with hopes and aspirations after that day, let me tell you. Anyway, the reason I tell you that complete bollocks is because I, today, am going to Google myself, aren't I? There's no one there. Yes, I am. I haven't seen these questions yet, but Fiona has kindly made me a printout of one of them Like, I'm not the first person to do this video, but I've seen it bangs views, so Fiona, thank you. Let's answer these then, boy. Ooh, where does JaackMaate live? A little bit intrusive. I'll tell you where JaackMaate lives. In here. JaackMaate lives deep in the heart of anybody that's ever supported him, let me tell you. If you've ever so much as just liked one of my videos, I'm there, and I'll always be there. If you need me, listen to your heart. Unless you ever have any actual problems, then don't contact me, ever. Get away from me. No, obviously I don't live in there. I live in Norwich, in N Town. I live in a masonette. I live near some trees, there's a lake, and there's actually a park right there. In fact, from my window, I can actually see the children's play area, which explains why Chris Ingham was on the phone the other night trying to rent a room. So, does JaackMaate smoke? Yes, I do smoke. If by smoking you mean smoke a lot of ass. That's not what you meant, and I don't know what that means. Made me sound gay. Actually, no, it doesn't, because I didn't specify what gender the arse is on that I smoke. How would you smoke an arse? If I had to smoke an arse, if you were pinning me down right now and said, look, what arse do you want to smoke? I'd say, oh, I want to smoke a female arse. I'm a straight man. Nothing against gay. Nothing against men's arses. I wouldn't smoke one. I don't know how. That wasn't your question, was it? Do you smoke arse? No, it wasn't, surprisingly enough. It was just, do I smoke? Nah. Who was JaackMate's manager? Oh, spicy, spicy question. I'm not sure I even know, to be honest. He had many alter egos. For anyone that doesn't know, this is a reference to my ex-crook of a manager. I mean, my ex-manager. He might still be a crook, I don't know. I can't officially say he's an ex-crook, because he's probably still fucking up somewhere. I just had a manager that basically catfished me and told me he was a manager and signed me up and wasn't really a manager. Told me he was friends with Zac Efron as well because he had a picture of him and Zac Efron together. Proof. And it turned out that it wasn't even Zac Efron, it was a lookalike of Zac Efron. That was that, really. I'm the fucking idiot. Next one. Who is JaackMate's favourite YouTuber? Nice question. I've got to try and be nice now. I actually don't watch many YouTubers, believe it or not, but I think the obvious ones are True Geordie, Brian. I really like his podcast, he's a great lad. I like Stephen Tries, he's probably the funniest guy on YouTube. I tend to watch his annual comedy sketch. To be fair, Nico Milano's probably the answer to that question. I reckon Nico's my favourite YouTuber at the moment. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's worth every penny. Every penny. I don't know why I said he's not a prostitute. What religion is JaackMaate? Ooh. I'm not actually religious in the slightest. I'm actually a big atheist. Well, I say big atheist. I'm not a big atheist. I'm just an atheist. I just don't believe in a God. How can you have a big atheist? I don't believe in God more than you. It doesn't work. I'm just an atheist. I don't believe in God. If I had to be a religion, going back to the question, probably Buddhism. I'm not going to sit here and claim to know loads about it. Just the stuff I've seen about it. Buddhas seem to be quite chilled. And I could do with chilling out, to be fair. I could do with that. Because let's face it, I do get needlessly angry about a lot of stuff. Who cares if it's ghost written? Do you know what I mean? Buddhas are often perceived as being quite chubby people. Is that offensive to say? I don't know. That probably is offensive to say. But the Buddhas I've seen in movies, cartoons, Buddhas seem to be quite chubby. And I love a Domino's as much as the next Buddha. Sorry if that's offensive to any Buddhas, by the way. It won't be offensive to any Buddhas. Buddhas won't give a fuck, they're chilled out people. It'll be offensive to people on behalf of Buddhas. Won't it? Grow up. Grow up. My career's down the pan. What career? Next one. How much does JaackMaate earn? Very, very intrusive questions, aren't they? How much does JaackMaate earn? Not that much. Mainly because the pricks over at YouTube haven't blessed me with the best ad rates. Not sure why. The pricks over at YouTube haven't blessed me with the best. Obviously that doesn't help. I actually don't earn half as much money as people seem to think I do. And any money I do earn, I sort of directly exchange for dark fruit anyway. I think I earn about, give or take, $3 per 1,000 views. I think that's the going rate. I'll check. Fuck, it's lower than I thought. It's a lot lower than I thought. Which reminds me, guys, Skillshare is a great website, guys. Log on to Skillshare. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's do another one. Who is JaackMate's favourite YouTuber? Well, that's on there twice. How big is JaackMaate? How big is how tall is JaackMaate? Is that what that means? If so, I'm 6'3", so I'm taller than the average bear. That's a quote from Yogi Bear. I wasn't saying I'm taller than the average bear, again insinuating that I'm gay. If I was gay, I would definitely be a twink. I'm very, very lanky, I'm a beanpole. I'm way taller than I'm Alex, and probably a little bit taller than Memulus. Look at me getting involved in YouTube banter. Do you reckon by how big is JaackMaate they mean sort of, I don't know what it means. I'm 6'3", I'm 14 stone, and penis-wise, very underwhelming. I like to think that it's a bit small because I'm so tall. Like, you know in films when a giant will like pick an apple and then it'll turn into like the size of a ping pong ball because in his massive hands, it's gonna look small, isn't it? That's my saving grace. I'm tall. So if I was a foot smaller, it'd probably be at my knees or some shit. I've got no excuse. It's a shit dick. Shit dick. Where is JaackMate's old jaw? Where is JaackMate's old jaw? I think that's people probably searching for videos of my old jaw. I'm sure they're not saying, where is it? Where, like, physically, where is it? It's in a jar in the Albert Hall next to Hitler's testicle. It does make a little bit of sense because my jaw, I don't know if anyone knows it. Well, I mean, you all probably know it because bang on about it enough. I had a massive underbite like that for years, and I had massive surgery on my face to reconstruct my jaw. They had to like take it out, chisel some bone off the back, then slot it back in. So I was like a malfunctioned Pez dispenser, is what I always say. So technically, the people searching that, they're not that dumb because there will be a little bone somewhere of my jaw. I doubt the surgeon kept it. To me, that's a big deal, but the surgeon's doing that all day long. Maybe she's like the jaw fairy. Just loads of little jaws all over the place. Could be like Glastonbury because of the drugs, swinging, stuff like that. There's two more. Oh, next one. How did Jack meet Fiona? In a really shit club on Prince of Wales Road in Norwich. It was called, I won't name it because I just called it shit. It was £10 entry and the club was closing 30 minutes after I went in. So something was telling me you still need to go in for 30 minutes at least. So I went in and I met her and she came up to me and went, I've seen you. She didn't ask for a selfie or anything, otherwise that would have been a no from the off, lads. Never get with fans. Isn't that right, B1O? But yeah, she came up to me, she said she'd seen me on a poster in our college. So that was the level of fame she was tapping there. I wish I had a more romantic story. I don't. We met in a shitty nightclub. It was a tenner. Rip-off. Well, I shouldn't say rip-off, should I? I met the love of my life that night. Oh, it was a bit much. It was a bit, oh, it was a bit steep. And finally, the last question. Yeah! Not sure if this has ever been Googled, but I just wanted to put it in there, and thankfully Fiona did. So, is JaackMaate on Instagram? Oh, search no more. Yes, I am. I am on Instagram. You can search me. It's just JaackMaate. Go over and follow me. I've been actually trying to build my Instagram profile a lot this year because I never really used to give a fuck about it. And now I do, because apparently You can have brand deals on there and that. No, I really do like it. I've been using it for about 8 years, but I've never really given it a big push. So if you guys could go over and follow me on there, that would be great. I'll tell you what I'll do for a bit of an incentive. For the next 48 hours, I will be following random people back on there. There we go, go follow me. I post good shit, really. Right, that's it. That is JaackMaate answers his most Googled questions. And of course, massive thank you to Skillshare. Guys, remember, click the top link in the description. Go check them out. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Nice one. Fuck, is that my old jaw?
Oh, nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.